what I hate the most, I hate when a man, can you cook? Come on now. Get to know me, what I like to wear, what's my favorite color, what I like to eat, where I want to go. You haven't even found out any of those things, but you trying to ask me to cook, do something.
Oh, you know what? Kendra's about to say something, and I'm hoping she addresses this because this is a serious issue. Most men who bring up that can you cook because it might be a deal breaker for them. But of course, she's thinking about herself. And again, this is a woman who has no knowledge of the male experience. No surprise there. I mean, come on.
Well, let me defend that 1 second because cooking is a non-negotiable for some men. I know some men who will not date women who don't cook. Now, I've been
Exactly.
blessed, but I've been blessed in that area. But I have several guy friends that literally won't date a woman if she can't cook.
And that's okay. I'm not saying that I can't. What I am saying is don't let that be the first initial conversation with me. I've had that happen to me.
But, but,
He haven't.
but wait a minute. Wait a minute. Again, if it's a non negotiable, right? When's the best time to bring that up? I mean, why am I having a hard time believe that if the shoe was on the other foot, there wouldn't be an issue? Translation: if the guy's a smoker, I think if she's on the smoker is probably the best example. She finds out you're a smoker, I think you're done. Rightfully so, though. And again, because that's her deal breaker. She said that. What's a deal breaker? Smokers. Okay, so why is it okay for her to have a deal breaker, but not the guy?
Hi, Kendra. This is my second time.
Your second time, okay.
Super chat from Chris. It says, showing support. Chris, I appreciate it, man. Shout out to you, the best moderator in the business. Let's keep going.
Hey, what was your report?
Well, day before when Zach was on, the volume was kind of bad. It was really bad, and he said I sound like I was underwater. So how do I sound right now?
I think I could work with it, honey. What's your name?
My name is Heidi. I'm from Houston.
Houston. Okay, you look good, Heidi.
Thank you. Thank you.
How old are you, honey?
I am 53.
Oh, wow. Now you look really good. You look
I am
good.
53.
And now you're 53? You look amazing.
Yes. Well, I've been gray since I was in my early 20s. So I am 53 years old. Yes, ma'am.
You look amazing. What do you do for a
Thank
living,
you.
Heidi?
I have, and I'm gonna tell you a little background. I've done licensed hairstylist, and I operated in my career for 35 years. Right now, I am a mental health counselor, and I still do hair.
Okay, a mental health counselor, and she does hair.
Yes,
Do
ma'am.
you have any children?
No, ma'am, I don't have any children.
Okay, no kids. Have you ever been married?
Yes, I have, and I'm divorced.
When did you divorce?
Uh, it's been before the pandemic. I think it's
Okay.
been about 4 or 5 years now.
Yeah.
Okay. If you don't mind me asking, how long was you married for?
He was my friend before we got married. So we were married maybe about 4 years. I forgot. It wasn't a good experience, but it was about 4.
Okay, so she married her probably male best friend and it didn't work out. And then, but if this was 4 years ago, then that means that I think what we have is a woman who is married to her job or jobs, because she's still talking about she still does hair and she's a licensed counselor. Mental health professionals that's a tough field to be in mentally, because it's hard to say, because there is transference is a real thing. And if you don't have somebody to help you through that yourself, it can bleed over into your personal life. I'm not saying that's happened to her, but it's something that you have to deal with if you ever want to be with, start a life or build a life with a mental health professional. But yeah, I think this woman is probably married to her jobs. Because again, she didn't get married until later in life. And at that point, I mean, she's 53 now. 4 years ago, you're not trying to have kids. She didn't want kids. Okay. So you just want somebody to make it to the end of life with, and you married your male friend, but it didn't work out. So the real question is, what is she looking for now? Again, most men get married because they want a family, but clearly as you get up in age, in her case, it's not going to happen. So there are what I would call, it's not necessarily you're looking for to build a family, but you're looking for someone to make it to the end of life with. Those type of relationships do exist. And again, but the question is that if she just had that and it didn't work out, what is she actually looking for? But I guess we got to keep going to figure that out.
4 years.
Okay. So Heidi, what's your zodiac sign?
I'm a Gemini.
Gemini.
And everything that you say about a Gemini and everybody is true to some aspect. However, with me, when I show those other sides, it's when I am triggered, when a person is not being fair, if they are lying, if they...
Translation, when somebody has negative characteristics, it's a turnoff for me. You and 90% of the other people out here, like how this Zodiac thing is going. Okay, we just need to keep going because wow.
Playing games. Well, I'm a different person after that.
Fair enough. I used to give Geminis a very hard time when I began this show, but I don't do it anymore. I try to be, of course, as a Taurus, I'm always going to say that zodiac sign's the best. But I used to go hard on Geminis. I don't do it as much, although I do still think I keep my personal feelings about Geminis to myself, but I do think y'all crazy as hell.
We can be.
All right. The Gemini is a guy, I don't know how many of y'all seen every episode, but I always tell an episode when I dated an athlete, and he one time told me I was selfish to want him all to myself. That was a Gemini that told me that. I was selfish.
Oh, really? Child, please.
Let's keep going. Heidi Houston, 53, Gemini. She also is a mental health consultant now.
Counselor.
Hairstylist, no kids. All right, honey. What kind of man are you looking for?
I need a person that's intentional, self-aware, emotionally intelligent. His mental health needs to be good. If he have children, I need him to be responsible. He needs to be a person who have a relationship with God. Now, I can't tell you how to have that relationship, but I believe that if a person is in tune with God, his higher power, whatever he want to call him, that means he'll learn how to treat others. That don't mean just me. I want you to be aware of how you treat people.
Total Misdemeanor says she sounds as if she's a turnoff. Her tonality alone. Y'all go fix. Yeah, we're not going there right now.
So, I mean, that's important to me.
Okay. What are your deal breakers?
Smokers, bad breath, not well groomed, bad attitudes. It could be a lot of things that can be a deal breaker, but however, the big thing for me is smoking, hygiene, don't smell good. I have a problem with that.
Okay. Does he have to look a certain way?
Of course. He needs to match my energy.
What? Child.
What does that mean?
Yes, ma'am. He needs to match my.
She's got all the lingo down, but I'm sitting here thinking like, okay, well, does he have to look a certain way, and he needs to match my energy? What does energy look like? Am I the only one that's curious about this? Because this is. Why do I get the feeling that we're talking about a mythological guy here? Because we can't get anything specific. These things are very vague. But she did, however, say no smokers, bad hygiene, and bad attitude. I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean, but
Energy, and whatever that is, he needs to be able to be, like I say, well groomed. I need him to look like he care about himself, because I'm gonna represent him, and I need him to represent me.
Heidi ain't playing no games with your asses. What about money? He gotta make a certain amount of money, Heidi.
I need him to be able to have enough money to date. I need him to be where he's not overly whelmed with debt. You know, or if you have debt, I need you to take care of that. You created it. You need to pay your bills. Don't ask me to borrow money. Don't ask me to cash out. I need you to be a full-fledged man, seriously.
Men be asking you for cash apps, Heidi.
Child, the last boyfriend I had. And that's why we're not together. He asked me to cash app him. And at first, it was okay. But then that second time, it was like, he had some financial problems. I can't do it.
Heidi, I'm just curious. How much did he ask you to cash app him?
Kendra, I'm ashamed to even say it. $50.
How old was he? How old was he?
54.
54, okay. I said, no, bring your broke ass over here.
Okay. That is that's a bad situation for sure, right? No doubt. But the question is that what type of guys is she attracting to the point where you have to make it known that something as simple as being able to pay your own bills, like that should be, most women on this show sum that up, and he just has to be able to take care of himself. But she's being very specific, which makes me wonder, like, what type of guys is she attracting? Like, seriously, I'm just wondering, because this kind of, total misdemeanor, you might be hinting at something there because of her tonality. It makes you wonder, like, is she looking for a leader? Or does she want to be the I'm just picking up on little stuff here. I haven't, it's not a definite, I'm not making any definitive accusations here. But it makes you wonder, though, because, again, she keeps attracting these guys who clearly can't afford to take care of themselves, right? Because they're asking her to cash out them $50. And this guy was in his 50s, okay? So this might be the now, usually this would be the point where I start asking the question, okay, well, who vetted that guy for you? But at 53, nah. The question then becomes is that, why are you only attracting these low value guys? Is she dating like a man? Or is she... Chris says, no, I'm getting alpha female vibes. Don't get me started on that term. That term has been overused. Alpha female translation, she's a masculine woman. That's what we're really trying to say here. Because there's no such... An alpha female, by definition, is a broken. It's not a broken concept. It's misunderstood. Case in point, like, we know what the term alpha means. It's supposed to be the top of hierarchy, right? So then, if that's the case, female, which is supposed to be feminine, So if you rephrase it like that, the most feminine, that's not the vibe I'm getting. That's not what this looks like. So yeah, on it from this channel, that's how we're going to use that. Because I'm not buying this whole she's just masculine, and I'm not saying that she is or she isn't, but what I am saying is that it's starting to look that way during this interview. You keep attracting these guys who can't take care of themselves. She's married to her careers or jobs, because mental health, she's a licensed counselor. That's her career. Doing hair is a job at this point. But I think she's married to her jobs. And now she's complaining about the very men that she attracts. Well,
Yeah.
And I'm not broke, so I don't need you to be broke.
Let me
Don't
ask you
come
this,
to me.
Heidi. I know you didn't give a number. I'm not going to force you to give a number. But does he have to be a six-figure earner?
great question.
I need him to match. I mean, I'm doing pretty well for myself. I don't have any children.
Translation, yes. That's what yes. Kendra's slick because she gonna ask the question like that, but she's gonna dance around the answer. It's a yes or no question, and she don't want to say that, but that's what it is.
And I have a lot of obligations, so I'm not gonna put a number on it, Kendra. I just need him to be able to afford to date.
Okay, fair enough. Could he have kids already?
He can have children, but this is the key. If you have a crazy baby mama, I'm not doing it. I don't.
If the guy is, I'm assuming that she's looking for guys close to her own age. The chances of a guy in his 50s having a baby, anything. Like, what are the odds with that? Yeah, this is, okay.
Bring drama, so I don't want drama coming in my life. My life is peaceful. Nobody is knocking at my door. They're not blowing up my phone. I don't have to hide my phone. I don't have to do any of that. If you have to do any hiding, don't call me. I mean, we're supposed to make each other life better when we meet each other. I don't need to come in your life causing drama, and please don't come into mine causing any drama as well.
Don't play with Heidi. Let's do the Kendra Cam.
You know what? I've been trying to do that all night, trying to put it on. Can I just hold it up, Kendra? And then, look, I'm 135 pounds.
You look good, Heidi.
53. And so one of my flaws is I used to work out. I need to get back in the gym, be more aware with my health. Because in your 50s, things can start going wrong. So I need to be more aware with that. I wear my feelings sometimes. If something is on my mind, you'll know it. And another flaw that I have, I work a lot. So when I go to a restaurant and I'm trying to work on that. If I'm not getting good service, I have the waiter will know it, but I'm working.
Translation, I have a bad attitude. You're going to take it out on the server. And she is in a stressful career. That's why I said that about the mental health profession. And now it's a blatant example of you got all these negative emotions and then you're taking it out on somebody.
Working on that because I understand that they work hard. So that's a part of me that I know I need to work on.
Give me an example how the waiter gonna know they ain't doing their damn job right.
Okay. I'm very particular about certain things like my tea, because I like sweet tea. And I'm very verbal when I tell you what I want. If I have to ask about 4 times, then that's a problem.
I mean,
After the
that's fair.
second and third, okay, but the fourth time, my face is gonna show it.
Now, see, on the surface, this seems like, oh yeah, you got to ask for something 4 times. The problem is what, because I've worked in the food industry, right, in food service industry. The problem is what she prefaced it with. I'm very particular. Translation: I'm ordering something that isn't regular or isn't on the menu, and I want you to make it just like I tell you to. And if you don't do it, I'm going to bite your head off. Sweet tea is not hard to make, but she likes her tea apparently. And apparently it took the last guy 4 times to make it right, even though it's literally sugar and tea bag, sugar and water. And in most restaurants, it's pre-made. So yeah, usually they make it by the gallon. So if the waiter has to specifically make her tea glass and gets it wrong, he's going to get an earful. Dave with the $1.99 super chat. Thank you, sir. Greatly appreciate it. And let's keep going.
I think that's fair at a restaurant. 4 times before you go off. I think that's not argumentative. All right,
Yeah.
Heidi. Hi, this is Heidi Houston, 53, Gemini, mental health counselor, also does hair, and no kids. When was your last relationship?
The one that tried to borrow that $50.
When was that?
That's been probably about 6 months.
6 months. Okay. You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
It was before then, way before then. Yeah.
Okay. Heidi, you already told me your 3 flaws. I think you already told me your 3 flaws, right?
Yeah, I can say more, but that's all I'm gonna give. The person that gets.
One more time. This is the time I literally asked that question. But
I wear my feelings. However I feel about something, you're gonna see it on my face. That's number one. Service, how I respond if I'm not getting proper service, and taking better care of myself, health-wise.
Okay. And what is the age range you would date?
Oh God.
Yeah, Sim City, welcome to the chat, sir. Oh nah, she wants water boy level tea quality. You're getting yelled at for sure. You know, it's not just about the tea though. Imagine you marry this woman and something goes wrong and you guys are having an argument in the house. Now she done went off on the server for making the sweet tea wrong. Imagine. See, yeah, I think you guys get the picture.
I'm on the fence. I was just telling my mother something, and I was joking, but actually, I would say 49 to maybe 58, 59. He can be 60, but he gotta be fine, Kendra. He gotta look good. He gotta match my energy.
This is a requirement. He gotta match her energy.
I mean, I promise. If he want to take me to a play, a concert, to the picnic, I'm gonna represent him. Yeah. And I need him to do the same for me. I don't want to dress up a man. I don't need a Build-A-Bear. I don't need any of that. I want you to come. Of course, it's some things that we're going to talk about and he will learn. But ultimately, I need him to already have some of those qualities there. I'm not here to be your mother. None of that. I want to add to your life, but I'm not going to be your mama and you can't be my father.
Wow.
And you'll have a supporter. I mean, I'm very supportive. Yes, I said that about the Cash App thing, but however, when you add to the relationship as time go on, you'll know what you're getting. I'm not selfish. It's it's a lot of good qualities, and I care not to share it because I don't want anybody coming and ask what I hate the most. I hate when a man, can you cook? Come on now. Get to know me, what I like to wear, what's my favorite color, what I like to eat, where I want to go. You haven't even found out any of those things, but you trying to ask me to cook, do something.
Oh, you know what? Kendra's about to say something, and I'm hoping she addresses this because this is a serious issue. Most men who bring up that can you cook because it might be a deal breaker for them. But of course, she's thinking about herself. And again, this is a woman who has no knowledge of the male experience. No surprise there. I mean, come on.
Well, let me defend that 1 second because cooking is a non-negotiable for some men. I know some men who will not date women who don't cook. Now,
Exactly.
I've been blessed. But I've been blessed in that area. But I have several guy friends that literally won't date a woman if she can't cook.
And that's okay. I'm not saying that I can't. What I am saying is don't let that be the first initial conversation with me. I've had that happen to me.
But wait a minute. Wait a minute. Again, if it's a non-negotiable, right? When's the best time to bring that up? I mean, why am I having a hard time believe that if the shoe was on the other foot, there wouldn't be an issue? Translation: if the guy's a smoker, I think if she's on the smoker is probably the best example. She finds out you're a smoker, I think you're done. Rightfully so, though. And again, because that's her deal breaker. She said that. What's a deal breaker? Smokers. Okay, so why is it okay for her to have a deal breaker, but not the guy? Again, no knowledge of the male experience. But let's keep going, though.
Even taking me out to eat to get to know me and have a good time. But you asking about me cooking. No, that's not right.
So when is he able to ask about your cooking?
He can ask me if I can cook, and I'll tell him yes. But what I'm saying is they asked me to cook before getting to know me.
Okay.
That don't make sense, Kendra.
I got you.
To me.
I guess here's the deal. I'm not going to give you pushback. It's just because I do know that is a requirement for some men, whether it be right or wrong. And he might feel like, well, if you can't cook, I'm not taking you out to eat all the time. But then there are some men, and by the grace of God, I have one, where you cooking is not as important. But let's keep going.
But I can cook, though. I can cook. I'm going to be honest. I can cook. That's a quality that I have. But I don't want them to just walk into the relationship and asking for me to do that before we start having fun and getting to know each other.
What's interesting is that she made a big deal about the guy's finances. She expects him to be able to take care of himself. You want to know about my finances before we get to know each other? You see how crazy this sounds? Yeah. All right.
Okay.
That's just it.
Okay. Well, Heidi, this is the moment. Why would a guy be lucky to be with you, Heidi?
I'm very supportive. I'm well-rounded. I'm intelligent. He can take me around any arena of friends. I mean, I can walk in any room and talk to anybody. I'm going to make him look good, especially when it comes to conversation. And I believe in being his best cheerleader. I know how to stand in my feminine energy. However, I've learned how to have a little masculine in me because of some of the men that I've met. They haven't just
a little.
I had to learn how to be in the front row because of what I've been running across lately.
Because of what she's attracting. I get it. Let's keep going.
So that's it.
Okay, let's do it. So this is Heidi. Oh, does he have to be in Houston?
Oh, of course. Or in the surrounding area like Manville, Katy, Spring, somewhere up in that area. I'm not, I want to be able to see him. I've tried the long distance before and I've had excuses on how we was going to connect. So I don't want to try that anymore.
At least she's realistic about that.
Heidi Houston, 53, Gemini, mental health counselor, also does hair. She has no kids. Let's break down some of the requirements. Be between 49 and 58. If you're 60, you got to be fine. Rule number one, you got to match her fly. Don't come with no bullshit. If she can't take a picture with you and if they don't think y'all a fly ass couple, don't even reach out. Heidi ain't playing no games. She goes to plays, she goes to family reunions, she goes to motherfucking picnics, and she gonna kill it all the time. So don't play no games. You need Cash App? Heidi ain't for you. She ain't sending your ass no $50. How the hell you ain't got $50 at 50 years old? Go figure that shit out somewhere else.
That
Because
is a
Heidi
good
don't
point.
got time. Now let's talk about debt. Oh, you in debt? Handle that shit. Handle that shit before you reach out to Heidi. Because Heidi is a grown ass woman and she don't got time for your dead ass cash ass
Masculinity is
ass,
spreading.
can't look good next to her in a picture ass. Do you got a crazy ass baby mama? You what? Don't come over see peace. Move side over here. It is a move side over here. Don't bring you and your crazy ass baby mama to Heidi because she got nothing but peace.
Nothing but peace.
Did I give you a good recap?
Kendra, I love you. You are on it. I love it. You act like you did that.
You know, it's funny because Kendra, you can tell that she's actually joking, but this lady is serious. Wow.
And I would love him to have a sense of humor. Nope, not boring. Like what you was doing, that was fun. That's nice. But some people would take that all over the place. But I love it.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for.
And she still ain't realized that she was impersonating her. Wow.
This time. Thank you.
Listen, Heidi, I enjoyed you a lot. I really did. And you absolutely look amazing. I think you're an inspiration to all Black women, how Black don't crack. So keep it going.
Thank you.
What?
Oh,
All right.
and Facebook, Heidi Collins. And
Really? Facebook. Now, let's see here. Heidi. Yes. Of course, there's a bunch of them. And I have no idea if this does not look like her.
if you go on Instagram, I only have two pictures. It's precious.collins, but the easy way, Heidi Collins.
Okay. All right, Heidi.
Okay.
Well, I'll keep you posted how it goes, baby.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, guys, I can't find her Facebook. I don't know. We're going to move on here. Oh, wait. We got to do the summary here. Oh, man. Okay. Is she marriageable? Well, this can't be right. She's in shape. Doesn't have any kids. And wow. Is she feminine? The obvious answer is no. Here's the issue, though. I think she's actually I can't believe I'm about to say this. I think she's marriageable. After all that stuff I said, I still think she's marriageable. I know you guys are going crazy. Like Mike has lost his mind. There's no way. Hear me out. She's in shape. She doesn't have any kids. And believe it or not, this woman is cooperative of all the things. And it's not something. She also has, I do believe what she says about being feminine. It's not in her attitude though. It's in the way that she, in her appearance, because a couple of times she mentioned about the guy's appearance needs to match hers. Well, she actually broke it down for a second. What she's talking about is on dates, and she listed some very specific ones where she gave the impression that she wants to go, and she likes to dress up and feel very feminine, but she wants to go on dates where that's appropriate. That's why she's talking about going to plays and whatnot. And she wants a guy who's going to match that, who has a sense of style. The problem comes in is that her attitude is not feminine. I mean, we all picked up on that, right? The thing there is that, again, how am I saying she's cooperative? Because before I was talking about she's not looking for a leader. I think that what's going on here is this woman has a very old school mentality of marriage. This is a woman who is, what do you call it? I think she's looking for a husband. The problem is she's looking for a husband from a generation ago. And men are not built like that today because we ask questions. But again, how does that make her cooperative? I think the things that she was talking about is that happens in a relationship as far as being supportive. That's one of the biggest things about being a wife is you want a woman who's going to support you. But the thing is that her attitude is very off-putting. I think once you get past that, and believe me, I know it's a big thing to get over. But I think that if you can get past that, I think this woman would actually I believe her when she says she's supportive. I believe her when she says she knows how to look feminine. Act it, probably, no, I don't believe that. But look feminine, yeah. So how am I coming up with this score for marriageable? 0.5 point for femininity, 0.5 point for cooperativeness. I mean, now, again, I got to remind you guys that she's probably not your cup of tea. I don't think she's marriageable to most men. I do think she has some wife qualities, though. But again, if you're looking for a woman who is going to look the part, aesthetics are very important to her. She mentioned about the guy and his hygiene and whatnot. Perception is very important to her. If you're looking for a woman who is in shape, who dresses feminine, and who is looking to be, and you want someone who is also supportive and doesn't have any kids. If you believe in the whole power couple thing, this is what that looks like at 50. I don't necessarily agree with that. But if you are a guy who is looking for that, this is it at 50. This is as good as it's going to get. So, you don't have any kids. Y'all both have y'all careers. You're just looking for a partner to make it to the end of life. Look, the reality is that once you get past a certain age, this is what's out there. And the requirements for making it to the end of life, they're not the same as if you're trying to get married when you're 30 and you want to have a family. The reason why I'm spending so much time on this one is because very rarely do we talk about what happens when you're single and you're later in life. What does that look like? But we need to start having those discussions because the numbers are growing for the amount of people who are not looking to get married. So what does it look like? Or have a family. So what is that going to look like? Especially if you had a kid when you're young and you get to age 50, those kids are grown by that point. So what are you doing? Well, you're going to have to figure that out. But I think you need to keep an open mind to it. So to recap, do I think this woman is marriageable? Yeah, but you have to be, again, the age range that she's looking for, 49 to 59. Most of the people who watch this channel, you guys don't qualify for her anyway. You're not old enough. All right. Chris says there are so many women like this, especially during summer jazz season. Yeah, exactly. Because, again, this woman would fit right in there. So, again, I understand that because of the demographic of this show, most of you guys are not looking for a woman like this. I get it. But again, this show is not specifically talking about you because she's not looking for most of y'all. So, is she marriageable? Yeah, but the type of man that she is would be a wife for. I mean, you're talking about an older man who has grown kids, not looking to raise a family because he's already done that. And, you're just looking for somebody to make it to the end of life with. But you got to be willing. You got to be willing to deal with the attitude there because that's not going away. I mean, that's part of the reason why she's been single for most of her life. Think about it. She didn't get married until her late 40s. Why do you think that is? Attitude, and she's a career woman. She's a workaholic. She's got 2 jobs. And she's not stopping either one of those. So